make
designing.
computers connect with printers? Like,
So we're
More than that.
so there's
Way more than that.
there's this thing called an OSI layer in the world of telecom, and depending on what, there's like 7 layers. So like layer 1 is optical. That's like the basis for everything. So like if you don't have optical, nothing can talk to
Right.
anything.
right.
And then above that you got transport and network, and then that's where I live. And
Oh, okay.
So to me that's like if you put a Wi-Fi router in your house and you just connect to it, that's like the simplest I can describe it, but it's more than that, right? Because that's just Wi-Fi.
Right.
Like we've got devices that are like this long, and we've got devices that are really big. They have a lot of different ports on them.
Yeah.
And so rather than being Wi-Fi, you have all these physical connections, but
Watch
they're
your
all
head.
optical.
I already
Or
hit
maybe
it.
they're coax, or maybe they're copper. But then we connect other devices like that, and so we create this big network of all these networking switches and routers, and then you got this network. That's what I do.
So are they physical?
Yes, physical.
They're not
Like
like
everything.
in the air, you know, they're
So
not.
Have you seen probably like on the news? You've probably seen data centers.
Yeah.
That's a good explanation.
Okay.
That's the kind of environment.
Yeah, you guys are taking up all of our electricity.
Yes, but Elon is thinking about putting them in the
That's where they need to
Sky.
And the satellites, you mean?
Then you can go to the International Space Station and work next time.
Well, let me get taken our water an hour.
We'll just have like solar panels, like powering data centers flying in
They
orbit.
said that all the data centers is gonna make our electricity bill go way
Well, they're
up.
working them everywhere. I don't want in their communities.
Yeah.
But without them, we wouldn't have all the technology that we have today, right?
So like if the stuff that I described, if that didn't exist, then you kind of goes back to that OSI model I was talking about, right? So we're at like layer 4, and then you start getting like layer 5, 6, and 7. That's like application stuff. So whether it be like Facebook or ChatGPT or whatever apps you use on your phone, I don't deal with any of that stuff. All that stuff is above me. I'm like how do I say it? I'm like the highway to make that stuff
Right.
even possible.
Gotcha.
That's what I work on.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
that's the
So
best
if
way
it
to
weren't,
describe
if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have all this other stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm literally the interstate.
Right.
That's what I architect the interstate for
I got
networks.
You just look like you smell like
Very interesting. Yeah.
So Ernie, he used to do something similar. He knows, but he's been more like in that higher application stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit. But he goes back and forth. between-
What company does he work for?
You get it on George.
Huh?
Over there.
He's unemployed right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was working for, what was it, I don't know, Verizon? Or no, it was actually a smaller network company, wireless company. But they're going through layoffs and all
He
that.
said Samson, I think. Didn't he say Samson that he was working for?
At Samsung at one point, yeah. He was Sprint, Nextel, and then he went to Ericsson.
Erickson,
And
yeah.
there's a Phoenix company he was working for.
Yeah.
And then he came back to this wireless company. So, but, we kind of like went off in different directions.
But you started on at the same, right?
We did.
I thought so.
At Sprint, yeah.
But when somebody asks me what they do for a living, I say,
I'm like, I
they're
don't know.
telecommunication system engineers.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's make up something, Nikki. Nobody knows what it is. Whatever sounds fire up. That's way out of my league. I just build radiators.
I'm always giving you this.
I just do taxes, so.
I was
I like
thinking
taxes.
about
And right now I got QuickBooks and I'm like,
Oh, hey.
at least that I've talked about it. Like,
QuickBooks is my thing, yeah.
Brady.
I got a big mouth. You caught it. We know.
Betty
I
Bitt
thought that you could take the whole bottle.
works
I
at
don't-
the water company in Jeanette.
Betty Big?
Bitt, B-I-T-T.
Oh, Kelly had good. I got a big mouth.
She works in the office at the water company. She was asking me today, that's the preacher's wife of this is the same preacher that baptized Hazel and Friendly a few weeks ago. And she was asking me, how many kids do you have? No Shannon, because she lives in Jeanette and goes in days. asked me who my other daughter was, and I told her. And she said, I don't think I know her. I said, she works at Lori and Thrasher's in Decaturville. She says, oh, I know her. I said, oh, you do know her? And she said, well, I've never met her, but they do our tax stuff, and I email her all. She emails me.
Oh, at North Utility District?
You said the water company.
Yeah, I send her yeah, I bill her every month, yeah.
She said, I know her by
We email, yeah.
Yeah. I said, well, that's my other brat, so.
I wouldn't know her if I saw her, but yeah.
She's pretty. Probably say 50s, mid-50s maybe.
So you use QuickBooks like for your Airbnb or stuff?
I do.